Have you ever overpaid for a computer part? Well, unfortunately, I have. As you guys know, the PC market has been crazy in terms of pricing and availability. When it was super crazy and everything was really inflated, I ended up buying this GPU for what I thought was a good deal, but was a good deal back then is no longer a really good deal now. Let's see how it performs and if it's worth the price tag of $150. Before we see how this little GPU performs, I want to thank today's video sponsor. Thank you Super CDK for sponsoring today's video. They have been supplying me with really cheap and legitimate Windows keys. Head down below, find your desired Windows key. They have Windows 10 and Windows 11 keys. Once you add the key to your cart, simply use the discount code SPLA to save on that sweet green. And to activate the key, it is super easy. You just simply copy and paste it into your window activation settings, click activate, and bam, legit Windows key for the low. Thank you Super CDK, and let's get back to the video. Alrighty, so the GPU in question is this Gigabyte Gaming OC 4GB RX 560. Yeah, I kind of said the name all wacko, but yeah, it is an RX 560 with 4 gigabytes of VRAM. And if we check eBay on the time we're recording this video, which is December 29th, the card is selling for around $60 to $80. The MSI ITX version sells for a little bit more, but we don't have that version. I'm going to be testing this card on a 1080p 144Hz monitor, and to test it, I'm going to be using this newly built gaming PC. For specs, it has an i5 12400F, 16 gigabytes of RAM at 3200 megahertz, and a Gen 4 1TB NVMe SSD. This gaming PC will give the GPU all the room to spread its little leg. And to give the GPU the best possible chance of performing well, I'm also going to clean it and apply some fresh thermal paste. Alright, so at first looks, the GPU isn't super dirty, like there's not a whole ton of dust buildup, but the thermal paste is probably crusty, and that's the main thing that we're gonna fix. Everything I use to clean my GPUs and computer parts will be linked down below. First up, we got these little alcohol wipes, then an electric screwdriver, some thermal paste, a little magnetic screw pan, and then also an electric air duster. Yeah, basically no dust came out of that GPU. Let's just unscrew it now. Four simple little screws. Unplug this little wire here. Yeah, thermal paste is pretty dry. Wiped off pretty easily though. Now to apply some fresh thermal paste. Of course I got thermal paste on my finger. Alright, the GPU is all clean, now let's test it out. Yo, first game we're going to be testing is some good old Fortnite. Sorry for the kind of bad quality, I'm just using my webcam on my MacBook here. But let's get right into it. Alright, we're loading right into the first Fortnite match. Hopefully we make it past the loading screen. Alrighty, took us super long to load in. We loaded right in, already out of the battle bus. For some reason it was having connection issues or something. But right away you can see on high settings, it's staying steady, but we're only around like 20 FPS. We're reaching the ground here, right at 20 FPS. But it is steady and the game looks amazing. Go ahead and when we land, we'll drop it down to some medium settings. All right, so in medium settings, we're around the 40 FPS mark. The temperature of the GPU though is staying nice and cool, which we like to see. And I'm a bot and destroyed my stairs. But right now it's at 100% utilization, obviously, and then 54C on the temperature. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where I'm getting shot at from. I ain't dying to this fool, bro. No way. Eat my nades. Ah, got him! Let's do custom settings. So now these are the custom settings we're using. All right, so with that, we are holding a steady above 60 FPS. But yeah, running around and sliding, no problem. It still holds that steady 60 FPS. Let's go get into some fights and see if the FPS drops. I don't even know how I died. He shot me like twice. Next came up is some good old Call of Duty Cold War, testing full screen, 1080p. All of the details and texture settings are all gonna be at high. Shadow and lighting all low. Everything else lower disabled, and then the anti-aliasing is gonna be set to medium. Let's run it! Alrighty, right away, we're sitting at about 50 FPS, but it is pretty steady. Running some good old team deathmatch. Let's see how we do. Ah! Oh, there is a bit of like weird like flickering right there. Ah, 2 people right there. What a camper, bro. He's just chilling there. Dude. All right, so when we're inside and just looking at something, we get 60 FPS. I shouldn't have drop shotted him. I should have just aimed and kept shooting him. I drop shotted him and missed all my shots. My aim is so bad. Let's pick up this guy's gun. Sorry, teammate. Next aim is some good old Apex after some water. So we're gonna be testing 1080p, obviously. FOV is all the way to 110. VSync disabled. I'll turn anti-aliasing on, and then everything else is high. All the bottom settings, that is, at least. All the shadow settings are off because I just hate them. All right, we're in the air. We just jumped out of the little plane there. We're right around the 40 FPS mark, but it is really steady if you look at the little graph. Let's see. Oh, there's a shit ton of people going here. Wow, missed my landing. Oh, there's someone right there. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more loot. All right, that'll be plenty. Now let's go help out the team. I hit 1 headshot. I'm freaking trash. We are playing GTA 5. We'll go over the settings really quick. We are on 1080p like all the other games, and then all the other settings are set to very high or high. And we have one mission and one mission only, and that is to steal a helicopter or a jet or anything from the military base. Every time I test GTA 5, I'm always trying to do that, so we're just gonna keep doing it until we succeed. And even after we succeed, I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah, I have to use a checkpoint because I also don't really play GTA 5, and I don't really know how to get to that main freeway by heart. My old self that used to play GTA 5 all the time on the Xbox 360, he would probably know, but that is not me no more. But yeah, we do have a steady FPS of around 50, 55. It's not really reaching that 60 mark. You could probably drop down like the population density maybe in those other settings, but for now we're just gonna keep it at all high. Most satisfying thing ever. I actually want that car right there. Come here, sweetheart. Get out. Tell your husband I'm very sorry. And we're gonna flip a Yui right after this big old truck. Nice Yui. Come on, baby. Oh, all right. Land, land, land. Perfect, perfect. Okay. The helicopters are right there. The jets are over this way. I want to take a jet. Let's go get myself a jet. Run, 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 run. No way, I just made it. Let's go. I don't really know how to fly this thing, honestly. How do you go up? Oh, I'm dead. I've never flown one on PC before, what can I say? The last 2 games that we're going to be testing are just some good old synthetic benchmarks, Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Borderlands 3. We just finished up testing the GPU, and for it being almost a 5-year-old graphics card, I'm not too disappointed with the performance. It would definitely be a different story if I didn't pay $150. I mean, the card performs great, achieving 30 to 60 FPS on games at 1080p with high settings. And if you did drop to a lower resolution, you could probably squeeze a little bit of extra performance out of the card, but it performs pretty good. So the big old question, is it worth it? No, definitely not for $150, not for that price at all. But if you could pick it up for around the $50 price range, that would definitely be worth it and would be a pretty better deal and provide better price to performance. This graphics card and some newer ones and some older ones that I do recommend will be linked down below if you want to check them out. In the meantime, if you did enjoy this video, smash that like down below, watch this video next, and I will see you guys next year. Peace.